Hey, Shira Lazar for What's Trending. Now, earlier this week, Minnesota Vikings punter Chris Kluwe wrote a memorable letter to Maryland State Delegate Emmett Burns Jr., a vocal opponent of gay marriage. Millions have shared this letter, a mashup of well-reasoned arguments and over-the-top profanity. And now Chris Kluwe is joining me via Skype in Minnesota. How are you?
I'm doing good. How's it going?
Good. It's been a crazy few days for you.
Yeah. It's a lot of attention.
Yeah, so tell me what led you to send this letter.
Well, I saw the letter that Delegate Burns sent to Brendon Ayanbadejo, and it just really kind of struck a chord in me in that it didn't seem right that he was using his office as a politician to try and stifle someone's free speech. I mean, that's totally against the First Amendment, because that really shows that you're making an implicit threat as a member of the government that you're trying to shut down someone's free speech.
And are you surprised at all the reaction your letter has had?
A little bit, yes. It was. I wrote kind of a similar one, calling out a guy who called me out about talking about the lockout about a year ago, and that got some attention within like the sports community, but it was nothing like this one.
Why do you think this really resonated with people?
I think because it's a freedom of speech issue. It's a fact that someone in power is trying to stifle someone else's ability to speak, and that goes against everything that this country was founded on.
Has he reacted or responded to you at all?
I noticed that he posted I think a response to the Baltimore Sun-Times. I want to say someone linked that to me this morning, so I'm writing up another response right now. Which,
no way! You are. When are we going to see this one?
Yeah, it's probably later today. I'm gonna run it by my coach first to make sure he's okay with the naughty words. There won't be any naughty words in this one.
Well, yeah. Why did you decide, I guess, to explain what you wanted to explain in the way you did, and then why did you decide to do a more cleaned up version?
Well, I wrote the initial version because I am a child of the internet. I grew up on gaming message boards and the like, and if you can't hold a barbed debate with various epithets that are cleverly constructed, then it's very hard to be a member of a gaming board. So that was just kind of my writing style, and I heard from a lot of people that told me, hey, I wish you had a clean version of this because I would like to share this with a lot of people, and they may be put off by the language. And so that's why I basically went back, re-edited it to add in beautiful sparkle pony and other such words to replace the swearing, so other people could see it.
Well, yeah. What makes gay marriage such a passionate issue for you?
For me, well, it's a civil rights issue first and foremost. It's freedom to be able to live your life, free of oppression. And if you look back through history, it's the same struggle that's been going on for the past pretty much human history. I mean, you look at whether it's slavery, whether it's the right for women to vote, whether it's segregation. It's always the same. It's people who want to control other people, and then people who just want to be left alone to live their life. The only thing that changes is the names.
So what's the next letter going to be then?
Basically asking, hey, why did you do this? Because his response was, Brendon should be allowed to speak, okay, but he still hasn't explained his motivation. He hasn't explained why he thought it was okay to tell Brendon, hey, you don't have the right to speak. And that's what I think our politicians, we need to ask more from them, is that, when you do these actions, why did you do them? Don't just say no comment and brush it aside. What was your thinking behind this?
So what's your reaction to people who say that you've changed their vote?
I'm happy because I'd like to think that that'll allow freedom to just kind of be a little bit more free. You know what I mean? It's instead of just thinking one way about something, you can consider other points of view and have some empathy for other people. Put yourself in their shoes.
And I'm amazed even your Twitter following has increased just over the past weekend.
Yeah, It's been a lot of people have been joining the ride, so hopefully they won't be turned off by the constant video game talking and and other inanities I spout.
So, Chris, what do you hope comes out of all of this?
Hopefully, I would like the gay marriage issue to finally be solved in favor of, obviously, because I think it's a civil rights issue and a freedom issue, but I think ultimately it would be great if our politicians, if we held them more accountable to us as people. We're the ones that give them the power to do what they do, and we need to make sure that they're responsible with that power.
Do you have any future political aspirations?
No, not at all.
Really? I'm surprised.
I'd rather people thought for themselves, and that someday we don't need politicians. Everyone's okay to live their own life and let others live theirs.
If you saw Emmett C. Burns Jr. today, what would you say to him?
I would ask him why. I'd be like, why do you believe this? Why do you feel that it's okay to stifle someone else's right to freedom? That's, whether it be freedom of speech or freedom of happiness to live their life. It's, why do you not want to treat others the way they want to be treated?
Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me.
And of course, you can find Chris on Twitter at Chris Warcraft.